explain us some magic that I need to know. And classes start, she said, April 5th here at the
Right.
hub. Okay. What's up, everybody? It's your man DVS Amai coming to you on another Devious Friday. Sorry, people. I thank much love and appreciation to everybody who is checking us out tonight in 230 what countries? 232 countries that we are in now. Much love and appreciation to everybody who is out there on the Ustream, everybody at the whole Gyroscope family. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving us this platform to come to you each and every Friday. And this is a new Friday. This is Speak for Yourself Friday with the whole team. This is what we're going to be doing every second Friday. So it's going to get a little something in here. The temperature, I know the temperature going to go up a little bit. Just a little bit, depending on what the conversation is. But just real quick tonight, if you want to come check us out up at Club Elevation Flow Party, I am hosting 1425 Springfield Avenue in Irvington. Enter on the 43rd Street side. And tomorrow night is the 12-year anniversary for Humble Beginnings, 30 Maple Avenue in Montclair, New Jersey. 144 parties, straight through,
in a row.
no stops, no breaks.
Y'all was stopping.
Like for real, no stopping.
Stopping.
No stopping. Oh, don't get me started.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations and to all of my humble family. It's truly a family affair, and for those of you who do not know about Humble Beginnings, come and check us out. Tomorrow night is going to be a special night. For $20, all your drinks are included all night, and you get dinner. I'm not talking about finger food. I'm talking about lasagna, baked macaroni and cheese, yellow rice, a couple of kinds of chicken, some meatballs, some yellow, I did say the yellow rice, some collard greens, things like that. There's yup, and whatever else somebody chooses to bring in, on any given night. But it's a wonderful time. You can't have any more fun for that amount of money anywhere. So come on out tomorrow night, 30 Maple Avenue, Montclair, New Jersey. Get there early because parking is limited. And I'll see you on the dance floor. So I think that was, hey, Belinda Sally, what's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat room already. My twin, Deshane, how are you, twin? I love you. I miss you. Simone is in the house. Assalamu alaikum. Angela Mason. We got Vicky Brown, Linda Hamlet, Robbie, Jimmy, Damian, Curtis, Stephen McCastick. My dude came through. Oh, my God. I had so much fun at his show the other night. That's an experience. Steve Bass, everybody else. So I want to kind of continue with this conversation. When you started with the big ass story, I thought you were talking about our aunt.
I cannot.
This is why you can't have family.
That's why you can't be live.
That's fine,
This should be a 15-minute delay, so I can.
At least 5 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Disclosure to all family members.
And church family especially.
I could be talking about you though, for real.
Oh, my
For real.
I thought you know what's funny though?
You thought I was.
I'm sitting over here in the chair talking about me. I'm like, cause he asked me a question, I'm talking, and he was like, so there was this lady with this big ass, and I'm like, why are we talking about this? Like, where we going? Okay, then.
That was where we was going. But yes, so whose responsibility is it to pay? First of all, if you ask your significant other out, regardless of whether you're male or female, do you have an expectation that your significant other always pays, or what, Lachey?
Okay, hello, you beautiful people out there.
Hey.
Glad to be joining you. I'm sorry, I was getting a text message from someone who I'm going to have to get back to. Well, with that situation, what I always say is this. I guess it does kind of depend on who's offered the invitation or who asked and said to whomever, like, hey, do you want to go out?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You want to have drinks, you want to have dinner. Then, of course, I feel like, you extended the invitation. It's under the impression that even if you don't pay for all of it, you're paying for at least a majority of what's going on here. Or you at least are going to ask me, like, hey, are you, like, do you need me to cover you? Or, like, are you good? Just be very clear and transparent. I think that as a nation, as a country, we have developed this expectation for one person to pay or the man to pay, so to speak, and
In any particular gender,
role situation at all, the lead of the relationship is supposed to, to provide
Yes,
and pay for this
never
man.
heard before.
And
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But how else do you lead if you don't lead?
Well, I can understand that concept. I think the only problem that I have with that
Yeah, I
is
can't reach you.
it completely. It puts the ownership on one person solely, and it says to the other partner in the relationship, well, I don't need to extend myself at all for you or to do anything for you at any time because, I'm being submissive to you, so
Well, I don't think it's about
then
any
you should
time.
do that.
Because I will pay for things when I feel like it. But that's not the expectation.
That's
you might
not-
as well get your car and get your cash every time. And then when I do, and like Howard said for his birthday, no, Howard, you don't have to pay for anything for your birthday. I'm not cheap. I'm not selfish. I'm very generous. However, the conversation is about if I want to go somewhere or if you invite me or if I invite you. I'm not paying for that. Now, will I surprise you and take you somewhere? Will I get you tickets to this show? Will I pick this item up for you that I know you want? Absolutely. But that wasn't the question. About
Right.
how you treat someone or who's responsible for spending more money or who, is the boss because they pay for. That wasn't what I believe the question to be. But when it comes down to paying for stuff or me going out, you got that.
Right now, and like I said, I can totally agree with if you've extended this invitation, that's the case. I guess my problem is the mindset around like, oh well, you the man, you supposed to pay for it,
yes.
or you this, you
What's wrong
supposed to
with
pay
that?
for that. Well, here's the problem because then what do we say to him? Like the brother I think asked before, what if on my birthday I got? Well, why does it have to be your birthday? Why can't I, as your partner, pick a day or out of the month or week and say, you know what, my partner is always there supporting me, always taking care of me, doing for me. Let me, take him out or do something nice for him.
I could do that one day a month, but guess what's happening the other 29?
Right. And I think this is where he came to.
Swipe or no
Right,
swiping.
right.
You got this because I do believe that it is and should be an expectation of a man to provide,
Right, but
not just in a romantic relationship.
no, but I
If
get
I'm at my
providing,
job
but it's like
there's something
providing
that needs
is
to be
one
lifted,
thing.
I'm looking at my coworker do like that copy paper box over there, right? Like again, as a man, you provide this strength that men's supposed to have and show and exhibit. So I don't have to.
Right,
It's not
and
just
then
in a romantic situation.
but here's my
a
problem.
man's supposed to provide a lot of things.
Here's my-
We always say, I
Go
got
ahead,
it.
you're right,
I'm
I'm
gonna leave out. You always say that the women will heal the community, but the man will heal the woman. How? Other than the fact that he's providing that.
I'm so glad to see that y'all have these interesting perspectives on this situation. So
Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
me as a divine temple leader of the Shishi Fufu clan, I
Formerly
yes.
known as Friends of Dorothy.
Right, formerly known as Friends of Dorothy. I severely struggle with gender role expectation for one main reason. I get aggravated when I'm at work and I
Okay.
work with others, especially female coworkers who look at me with that same expectation. Well, there's a heavy box there, and I'm gonna need you to pick that up. At which point I look at them and go, "Bitch, last time I checked, the application said, are you able to lift 70 to 50 pounds?" So
Word.
since we signed the same contract, and I believe in feminism and gender role equality,
Yes.
And your
I
check
believe
is the
that
same as
right.
mine.
I believe that your ass should be lifting your own box, and I'll be going to my desk where boxes were not required of me to be
No,
lifted.
that's right.
So I guess that's just my only issue with that. And not only that, because what we also have to acknowledge when we're saying that gender roles should be respected is that the traditional gender role of the feminine energy in life is to be docile, to be subservient, or to be submissive. So yes, it is my job to provide and to do all of these other things and to be the man.
I'm sorry, Poo Poo. Can you go back?
Yes, absolutely. So the role of feminine energy, and I don't want to just say of females, because even when you look at certain animals and things of that, and this is how the expectations have been developed, that because I am the man, I am stronger and built in a manner where it's my job to provide for you. So as a woman, you are to love, honor, obey, so to speak.
It was the docile part. that
Yes,
got stuck
docile,
on.
right? Because a good woman should be seen, not heard.
And I need to jump in here when
Please,
you're
sir.
saying, if you establish those type of gender roles, let me pull this around. When you establish those types of gender roles, you also set up for the converse of what could possibly happen.
Right.
If I'm paying for dinner, I could decide what you gonna eat. She's only having a salad.
Right.
I'm saying because I'm paying. I know what's in my pocket.
Guess how many
so
opportunities
is
you going to get to pull the salad?
Right.
Guess how much salad you ain't going to get?
Right.
Guess how many groceries ain't going to be got?
Right.
It ain't going to be another opportunity.
Well, but why do you feel that way? If you set up that type of situation,
You set up
in
the
the
dynamic.
relationship,
Right.
you have given me that power.
No. The power I have given you is the power to do what I need you to do.
No, that's
all
the
power you got.
expectation.
Right.
Right, and so again, the
What
expectation
you
only lasts
need.
twice for me.
You said the magic word, what you need, not what you want.
Right.
So if I'm gonna feed you, I'll feed you what you need. I ain't got to feed you what you want.
That's gonna happen.
If you set up that
That
type of dynamic,
right.
then this is what you're setting up. Is what I'm saying. It's not something that I would do, but that's the dynamic that's the dangerous part. The other end of the spectrum that could possibly be that way.
Right. And I think that's even with like, oh my goodness, like, and y'all know I hate to always tie everything into politics, but one of 45's little aides has recently had to step down because two of his ex-wives have now stepped up and acknowledged that, hey, this man has put his hands on me and abused me and done things of that nature. And the one thing that was expressed to them when they tried to mention that this had happened to them was, well, be mindful of what you say and how it's going to impact his career. These are the mindsets that grow from certain gender role expectations. You know what I mean? He's providing for you. Mm-hmm. He has a job in the nation's capital. Mm-hmm. You living good. So what? He blacked your damn eye. That's his right. And you supposed to sit here and take that. Mm-hmm. And see, it's dangerous.
It is.
You know what I mean? Even when you looked at before women gained the level of independence and ability that they have to contribute to society today, we had men who were standing there and saying, well, you can't do that. You're a woman. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. You look at the women who worked in factories and the Yes We Can ads, and we did not view women as being capable because we bought into the gender role. Well, he's a man. He's providing. As the wife, it's your job for me to come home, you to have the kids tended, the house kept, and if I get you pregnant, be ready to deliver this next baby and do it all over again. Mm-hmm. And when you're saying to me, my role is this, then like you said, you open the door for me to then say to you, well, your role is this. Mm-hmm. And once the snowball rolls, the shit goes way out of pocket. Then you get the incidents where young ladies go out on a date. Oh, I just thought we were going to have drinks. Well, now he's expecting, because he paid for drinks, he's expecting some box. You don't want to give nothing up. Now we got a problem because I paid for drinks. I paid for dinner. I took you to the movie. I done spent $200
Right.
and some change today.
Right.
Last thing you about to do is come and sit down and just act like ain't nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hard part of it. I honestly believe that when it comes to treating one another in 2018, this new era that we are in, you should be mindful of what you desire and what you expect. I desire to have a partner who is strong, capable, who can absolutely go out when we go out and just pick up the check and say, I love those things. I find those highly attractive attributes. What I need is a partner who, when we go out, if you don't have it, can look at me and say, well, I can cover mine. Can you cover yours? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You leave the tip. We still going to have a great time. We still going to enjoy one another. We still going to enjoy this experience, but let it be about the experience, not so much about who's paying.
Do you think that it across the different types of relationships, and I'm just going to pick 3 types, male, female, male, and female, because that's all I got time for. All of that other in between, it's only an hour show.
Right, because there's so many new letters.
Oh my God, it's bananas. The whole alphabet has been, hey, Nunu, sound like him. The whole alphabet has been included after LGBT. It's now LGBTQIAA. And some people want to throw a P, which we had that conversation.
No,
before.
they're not. That's not official. That's literally not.
I said
okay.
Want.
Oh yeah, because that shit's not happening.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh yeah,
we're not doing that at all. Mm-hmm. So, I think, like you were saying, with male relationships, it's more so the dynamic that you kind of expressed just now. Sometimes there might be a partner who, for whatever reason, maybe he makes more, so he's the one he.
Right.
might make more, so he's the one who oftentimes picks up the check. Or pays for whatever's happening. But I think in relationship with 2 females, I think that dynamic. Do you think that the dynamic mimics more so the male and female? Do you understand what I'm asking?
I think that especially these days. And it's really, really, really crazy because I'm so glad you asked that question. Lesbians throw me for like a world. They're just everybody who hasn't heard or don't know. There's a beautiful thing about the LGBT community. Each one of those letters literally separates themselves from the other letters and has no clue or understanding why the other letters exist. So, as the G in LGBT, I will tell you, the L has baffled me for years. And right, because I believe it's what you say. Like, they want to, I don't want to say they want to. It is often that heterosexual gender roles are mimicked within their relationships. So there's often a stud and a femme, or a aggressive femme, right, because aggressive was okay, right. So aggressive and the femme. So these are relationship roles that they have always perpetuated, which is interesting because it goes completely against my idea of what a woman is or what a woman should be, and you should be 2 women who do womanly things. I expect lesbians to go like pick flowers together or do some shit like that, because that's not what I'm gonna go do. But
the opinions expressed by Lachey are not necessarily the opinions.
Look, right. Have to be mindful to make sure these are solely just to me. But yeah, no, I think that it's interesting that you do, and that's a dynamic I think that we've set up again with gender role expectations in this nation, to say to someone, for you to be in a relationship, one of you has to be more dominant than the other. The one who's more dominant is the man. Yeah. Because even guys, even my breeder friends who ask me, and they're like, well, who's the guy in a relationship? That's a question
that I really hate.
It's like, okay, we both have penises, so we both are men in this relationship.
Right.
Right.
You want to know who's on top?
Right.
Is that what you're asking?
And even in that
Even
instant,
if
that does not mean
that still doesn't define what you're
right. Sexually, that defines what we do sexually. That does not define the roles that we're going to have within this relationship. And so I think it's a very interesting, gender role dynamics are very interesting, especially in 2018 where shit is shifting and changing so much with gender identity in itself. Because, you know, what does a pansexual relationship look like? What does an omnisexual relationship look like? What do any of these hyphen sexual relationships look like? I don't know. But I can tell you what works for me. I need support. I need, independence. I need strength. That's why I don't say I want this kind of a man. I list the attributes that I'm looking for. I list the things that I know are going to get me through. Mm-hmm. Because if I say, I want a man's man, I don't need my ass beat. I don't need nobody that's going to turn around and tell me, well, I said, so shut up. Miss me with the traditional man's man. And just give me a man who knows that he is one and can completely come to the table with that. And we can work on this as a partnership together and get through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Much love to everybody who is in the chat room right now. Barry, Tracy.
Hey, y'all.
Rob is in there.
So sorry for the tech issues.
Another question that I've been contemplating. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I want to talk about marriage because marriage, too, is transforming. But I don't want to...
Well, this is a perfect month,
This is
the month of love. It's Black History Month.
This is the perfect
Valentine's Day's around the corner. We can have these kind of talks now.
Okay. Marriage. I always had this idea that Tanya, tell me if you remember me saying this before or not. I think marriage should have an expiration date. That it should not be until death do us part. And I believe you have an option to renew at the end of that expiration date. But I think it's the worst kind of endurance. You're asking people to endure somebody else every single day for the rest of their lives, and in an expectation that they are going to get along for the rest of their lives. Nobody is accounting for the fact that people change and they grow outside of the relationship with the things that they're doing during the day. A woman is at work, a man is at work, he's doing something and encountering people that his wife is never going to meet. And having experiences she's never going to experience. And the same thing with the woman. So they're growing outside of the relationship, and who knows that the attention when you get home, depending on the dynamics of the household, can put a lot of stress on both of those people.
This is true.
So it's been my thought, and one of my cousins actually said this to me one time. She gave me the idea of an expiration date in the marriage, and I believe that it's a good thing. You renew. Every 10 years, or 5 years.
Right, I was going to say maybe as a license, and not so much as the expiration date, but just as a general license. It's a marriage license. Mm-hmm. At which point you're saying, every 5 years we want to renew this vow that we plan to be together and honor this license and anything like that. I can empathize with the position. I think the only dissenting voice that I would provide to it is just, first of all, we have commercialized the shit out of marriage, which has completely destroyed the institution and the uniqueness of the oath.
Okay.
So, yes, you are asking somebody, to spend every day of the rest of their lives being faithful, loyal to, working through, love, honor, obey, and all other things with this individual through sickness and health and all these other things. But what's so beautiful about that is, if I truly take my time and I don't rush into this, I should only be providing this one point in my life to a person who has truly presented themselves worthy of this vow, who has truly shown themselves to understand the work required of this vow, who truly understands and shows and represents to me that, I can wake up every day and make sure that I'm putting in that effort for us to be happy, to live, wonderfully, and to do all these things. What I loved is those old ass relationships. They done been together 60, 70 years, and they just cuss each other out. Every time you see each other, bring me something to drink. Get your own goddamn drink, you bastard. And she still bring them the juice. but she just got to throw that you bastard in there for the day because you know that's love. You know that's
Is
every
that love or
yes.
tolerance?
That's love because that's every day. I have woken up to this man, and for better or for worse, even when I can't stand his ass, I still love him.
I don't know. I don't know if that's
That may not work
true.
for you.
And it's not that it doesn't. It could work for me, but I believe that there are a whole lot of people who that is just not going to be their reality. I think in the older days, people stayed together because it was the expectation. My grandparents stayed together until my grandmother died, but they didn't love each other. They barely spoke to each other, and when they did speak to each other, it was some of the most nasty, vile shit you have ever heard in your fucking. Oh my God, that's your wife. She bore your kids. How could you say that?
Right.
But I don't know what it was about their
Right.
relationship, but towards the end of their relationship, they just did not get along.
But understand too that that's your understanding of the
No. I'm
relationship.
saying that's
like
just
is
what
that
I
what they
experienced
right?
with them.
That's
But-
what you've observed. But did they communicate that like we don't get along? This is
Yes.
not work. Okay.
Yes,
Because that's the one thing I want to say. Because
My
I have
grandfather
observed
moved
relationships.
out of the marital bedroom, got
Okay.
his own room in the house,
Right.
and that was it.
Because I have observed relationships where it's like they scratching each other's eyeballs out every other night.
Mm-hmm.
But like you like, so why don't you leave? Because this doesn't seem like a
'Cause I
healthy
love
relationship.
him.
Because I love him, and I truly believe that they're crazy. Because love makes you do some truly crazy shit. Love will have you looking yourself in the mirror, not recognizing the bitch that is standing before you, and going, I done really let myself come this damn far.
That's
All
true.
because, I felt a certain kind of way.
But there was something that you said when you were speaking a moment ago that has been a topic that's come up in a couple of conversations that I've had with other people, and that you said something about making the decision with someone that like not rushing into it.
Right.
A couple of people that I know, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. She was with the man that she married for 10 years before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Before marriage, they got married, and within like the next 5 years, he presented himself
As a
and
whole
she
other
presented,
person.
according to him, she presented herself a whole nother way, and according to her, he presented himself a whole nother way. And something that my sister said when I asked, like, why did you meet up with such and such? What is it with? Well, I thought I knew them. People, you sometimes, even after years, you still only meet somebody's representative. There may be parts of them that haven't been unlocked you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That have not been unlocked, that at some point will be, and you have to make another decision. Whatever those vows were, I can't honor because I'm not the same person, or that's not the same person.
Right.
I didn't make those vows to that person.
Right. And I think you actually hit on something a little while ago that was really pivotal, and stating that people grow outside of the relationship, and people grow apart in relationships based on life experiences that they're having when they're not with their partner. And this is where I think that plays a key role, is people walk into marriages with an expectation that, oh, now because we're married, this relationship is different, or now we've reached a new level, we're supposed to be going somewhere else. No, bitch, we just put rings on each other in front of all of the family and made a proclamation. Ain't shit new, ain't nothing changed. It ain't just because you Mrs. or Mr. now does not mean that you're getting some whole new, and I think that becomes a problem, is that and then we start selling the fairy tale. Well, I'm your wife. I'm supposed to come before all things. I'm supposed to set the fuck who? Like, if that was never the dynamic of our relationship, why would it now all of a sudden become the dynamic of our relationship based on us having this exchange? And not only that, understanding that we all grow continuously on a day-to-day basis. Your job in any relationship is to make sure you and your partner are on the same page. Even if y'all don't live the same lives, to make sure that y'all are on the same page. And the same page being that I love you, I care for you, I support you, and we're getting that out of one another. We're making life a bit easier for one another. Mm-hmm. Me and my partner, may not be where we want to be in life, but we're heading that direction and we know we're getting there. And we understand that when it's difficult and there's a struggle in life, one of the things that we can depend on to be steady, consistent, and bring some relief is the love and that we share for one another and the dynamics of our relationship. So that becomes what we're trying to preserve every day. That becomes the conscious decision. Because every relationship you're in, whether it's just, dating all the way up until marriage, is a conscious choice on an everyday basis to maintain this relationship, to remain faithful to this person, to remain faithful to the things that you two have set forth and committed to one another. And I think the dynamic changes when you start feeling like, well, I don't need to live up to any of that shit. I'm going to do me.
But I think there are some people who can live up to that and still they've changed as a person and maybe not be able to continue to love the same person. I can still provide security and comfort and all the rest. Do you watch 911?
I started, and they cut the baby out the pipe, and then I was fucked up because I was at work. I couldn't keep it. It was a lot.
Okay,
I'm emotional.
Those of you who don't watch 911, who don't watch 911, Angela, no
911 with Angela Bassett and the other sister.
Oh my God, it's bananas.
The dark skinned sister with the bald head. I love her.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
But for those of you who do not watch this show, Angela Bassett is in this marriage. They have 2 kids, and her husband is gay. And this is only out now. Her kid is a teenager. Her oldest daughter is a teenager, and they're still married. She doesn't know what to do. They don't want to break up their house. He is already seeing another man, but they haven't divorced. And she's not sure if she wants to divorce. He's not sure if he wants to divorce. They're still in the relationship for the children.
Right.
But they can't be together.
But not even just so much even a relationship with children. What if they were able to sit down and come to this conclusion? We did at some point love each other romantically enough to create these babies.
And that's what it was about.
And we do love each other. It's not that I don't love you. It's just that sexually you're not providing me with what I need and what I'm attracted to. So if we can respect one another and have house rules enough to and have the understanding that you don't bring your partner, whoever you're dating, home, then yeah, by all means, if you want to have a date night or set up a night where you're going and doing you or whatever the case may be, we can do that. Is that now wrong? I think that's the problem we have in this country, is that there's no room for non-traditional relationships or non-traditional roles. If I marry my best friend and we adopt kids together just because we decide we've always wanted to raise a family with a mother and a father, whatever dynamic is in that relationship should not matter to anybody else, so long as we are achieving a level of happiness, love, and joy with one another.
Now let me ask this question, and some of you guys, I would really love it. I forgot. I know we close to the end of the show. 973-900-6453. Oh shit, good. Okay. This is the question that that's the call-in number, 973-900-6453 to join the conversation. And the reason I'm putting the phone number now is because of this question that I want to ask. Actually, it's not a question, but it's something that I read rather.
Right.
Women get married with the expectation that their partner is going to change. Men get married with the expectation that their partner is going to stay the same.
Absolutely. I can totally agree. When you, as a man, you marry the person who you want to marry because you have fallen in love with the consistency of that person.
And a woman goes, oh, I see the potential.
Right. No, with a woman, not even so much I see the potential. You know what? It was a long road getting him here, but now that I got him over that, no.
That's some women, but I think other women go, you know what? I think I see something in him that can be great, and that is what I want to cultivate. So it maybe if we get married, he'll realize and understand that I'm with him in this, and we can build from that. And my ladies, y'all tell me, y'all in the chat room, y'all tell me.
Okay, this is why,
if I'm hitting the nail on the head or not.
This is why I knew vaginal relationships would not work for me.
Okay.
Because The minute I felt that, I don't do well with that kind of pressure. It's just not. What do you mean? Like, this is who I am, wholly and completely. I don't need you to see any potential. I've reached the maximum. Okay. Can't promise you it's gonna get any better than this. I'm happy with bringing home the check. Just and I think that's why man caves are so essential too to a happy home. Don't get me wrong, and she sheds as well, and all of these other things, because you just sometimes need a space where you can just really just be all of you and be yourself without having that compromise at all. And I think the problem that with expectations in our society and the way relationships and all of these things have these societal expectations that are placed on them, is it shifts you into a place where you start trying to be something that may not necessarily have shit to do with your relationship. So you're trying to be the Beyonce and Jay-Z because, Beyonce and Jay-Z are just like, they are the black family, or you trying to be the Obamas, they are the Claire and Cliff Huxtable of the community.
A phrase that I hate when it comes to a relationship: power couple.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. You want to be the power couple. You want to be the it couple. The it thing.
If you are over 40 and you're talking about being a power couple, shut the fuck up.
Right. You need your ass whooped. And here's the reason why. Okay. Here's the reason why that becomes a problem. Because now you're doing shit that you think makes them great, and that has nothing to do with you. That's what makes them great. Keep in mind, they go to bed on a couple million, maybe $1 billion. You ain't sleeping on none of that shit. You sleeping on that 10 and that 5, so you might not want to have $1 million expectations. You need to have more EBT related expectations, okay? You need to be a little bit more frugal in your expectations of your partner. Okay, I'm just saying. You may have a food stamp expectation for your relationship. That's it. Your relationship may, it may be more in line with government assistance than it necessarily is with power coupling.
And I agree with you to the point. Like, I'm not saying don't dream. I'm not saying don't have goals or anything like that. But my thing is, you should not be striving to have somebody else's relationship.
Right, like you should not be calling your man a piece of shit because he didn't buy you a diamond tennis bracelet and he make minimum wage. Like,
pause right there real quick.
Okay.
The diamond industry is set up to get money. Basically, they cater to women and have told all the men that y'all need to have this amount of money saved up in order to marry me. It was a campaign set up by the De Beers family when they started digging diamond mines and stealing property and resources in Africa. And there's no such thing as the diamond being a precious gem. There's so many diamonds on this planet. Everybody could get 10 and still there'd be some left over, but they make you pay $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 for them just because they hold some back from the market so that you will believe that there is a shortage. I'm sorry. Now back to our story.
No. Absolutely right, and all of that, and I think that's why I was saying you have to watch your societal expectations. You know what I mean? If me and my partner make a comfortable living, and this is why they always say two crackheads will be together forever.
Yeah,
because they only got one goal and one aspiration.
They got the same.
They on the same. They on the same page. Right, and you have to understand that's the same thing in your relationship. Okay, you have to find whatever your crack for your relationship is. If the two of you like to paint and y'all like art. You know what I mean? Art is y'all crack. Y'all got to preserve that and chase after that together and keep that whole and strong. You can, again, not have expectations that don't line up with where you are in life.
But the problem is when some people switch from crack to heroin.
Right.
And your partner is still a crack addict.
Right. So now y'all chasing two different. Right. Now y'all chasing two different highs.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I find this is the issue I see with a lot of straight relationships and even some, the LGBT relationships.
This is all metaphorical.
You have
not smoking crack.
Right. No, there's no crack smoking. This is no. Just wanted to have a moment of silence for that.
Yes.
Soak in.
Please know.
That.
I still have my clean time.
Crack is whack. Crack is cheap. Don't smoke crack.
Oh my God.
Rest in peace to the queen. So, y'all know me. I bring shade wherever I go. So, I think the biggest issue that you'll see is you have the man who's completely okay with wherever the fuck he is, and like whatever he has made it to. Especially if you're a person of color, you done fought all your battles in your fight. You like, bitch, I'm just glad to punch this clock. I ain't trying to be, no mega millionaire, nothing else. And then you have your significant other, who most times is female or the more feminine energy in the relationship. And they're like, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to live here. I want the suburbs. I want a mansion. I want diamonds. I want. Oh yes. Yes.
I can't remember it, but y'all know it had
Shit.
Alfre Woodard and Kathy Bates.
Yes.
And there's a scene where Taraji P. Henson starts talking to her husband about wanting more.
Yes.
And that, so you can the dynamic.
Is that the have and the have? No.
That's
Not all can-
something with the they in it.
Oh,
I can't remember. Can somebody help me out here? Sister-in-law Sarah, could you help me out? Shimaka, Victoria, one of y'all, Sandra. I can't remember the name of the movie, but anyway, when they're in the kitchen and Tyler Perry and Taraji Henson are
Right.
talking about, and he's like, I like the male character. I like. We're comfortable. We're not.
So
in
now
debt.
Lathan, not Taraj. It was
No,
it was Taraji.
who was-
Right? Yeah,
so
she
now
went
it's
down.
her sister.
Right.
In that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
She wanted to have more.
she's
She
like, well, I don't think it's a problem to want a little bit more.
right.
And that's the dynamic that
Right.
that you're describing.
Because Tyler Perry, who's playing her husband, says to her, "I'm fine. I'm happy with what we have. I'm sustained in what we have." And I think oftentimes the issue is people go, "Oh, well, you don't want more. You don't want to have anything." And it's like, no, it's not that I don't want to aspire to have greatness and I don't want to have much more. But I also don't want to waste my time pursuing something that may be unobtainable and completely not acknowledging or enjoying what it is that I do have. So while we can aspire to want to have a great, if y'all first get together and y'all in an apartment. Oh, we want a house together. We want to, it's okay with having goals and dreams that you can chase, but also be happy with what you have.
yes.
Be happy with what God has given to you and has provided for you, and don't miss out or block your blessings by trying to chase something that may not ever be for you. I may want to be rich, but if God know that me and money ain't going to have a great relationship and that money is going to corrupt my soul and my spirit, so he decides, you going to be middle class for the rest of your life. Guess what? Ain't my job to fight against that. It's just my job to learn how to live within that realm. So I think we all would like to have a few extra dollars in our pocket. Sure, we would all like to have a
all of
few.
the dollars.
Right, I want to get picked up and syndicated nationally and have a powder and makeup team and
What?
not have to punch a clock in addition
Turned
to,
the camera away for 1 second, then came back to powder and makeup.
Right. I'm just saying.
What the hell happened?
I want to walk on the sets with cameras and lights and all of that. We have goals and
Well,
aspirations.
Lachey is having a moment.
We do. But I am blessed because I have these lights and I have this couch and this microphone and these beautiful people out there in 232 countries who are tuning in and enjoying and sharing and providing that same outlet for me. So even if I don't make it to the top, bitch, at least I put my foot on the landing, like, you know what I mean? I touched the step on my way up there. Like, I didn't get all the way up, but I took like the first 3 steps, so I'm good. I can tell this story to my grandkids.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to do the radio. You ain't even know.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Life should be about experiences. We don't do enough to push on to other people and to share with other people genuine experience.
So again, I think you guys should, when it comes to your marriage, first of all, y'all might need to start pushing for legislation that does maybe, I don't know, put a cap. I don't know what the hell it is, because for one, there would be no divorce. That would be one thing that you would have to outline certain things before you get married, because at the dissolution at the end, if you two decide not to stay together, you have to already in advance decide what's going to be yours, what's going to be mine ad infinitum. I just think it's a even
Praise
if you
him prenuptial agreement. Like, ooh,
yes,
watch him.
yes.
Watch him
Even
work.
if
Won't he
you
do it? Yes.
Don't. I mean, I think it should be a choice. Is all I'm saying. I think it's a lot of pressure to put on people. To stay with somebody for the rest of
I
your
can
life.
absolutely
and you have no idea what life's
understand
going to
that.
give you.
Yeah.
Because imagine, okay, just this. Imagine that you and your partner, whomever, are in a relationship for, let's say, about 10 years, and then something truly traumatic happens. Like, okay, accidentally, your significant other kills somebody.
Okay, I'm gonna hope that's accidentally.
Complete accident.
Okay.
You know it's an accident,
Right.
But the fact that that your significant other took a life is something that you can't reconcile for yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Then what?
Right. This is the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
This is the bridge.
Y'all
Most
live out that other
relationships,
2 years of that contract,
right?
and
Most relationships,
separate
but see,
yourself.
that's fucked up. Because now I'm like, you know what, bitch? You took that bitch out. I'm glad we only got 2 years left on this lease. Because I'm telling you now, I am not renewing this marriage license come April. No, fuck that. We is done. I don't want to see you no more. No, I think that divorce shouldn't be as hard as it is. I don't think that you should have to go through the financial costs and all of the paperwork. If I decide I don't want to be with your ass, just as easy as it was for me to sign this paper to be with your ass, I should be able to sign another paper and dissolve the shit without having to pay $50 million. Now, I do think that another reason that we have a big issue is because people really get this whole idea of marriage fucked up, and that's, again, the commercialism of it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want my bridesmaids. Oh, I want my gown. Oh, I can't wait for my hall and how this gonna look and where I'm going on my honeymoon. I don't give a shit about none of that if me and you ain't on the same page, because I need to know, like, you know, do you understand I'm not gonna be cooking for you every night? Do you understand that sometimes when I come home, I'm going to need you to rub my feet, or I'm need you to look at me and put your bullshit to the back burner? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, that's a very tough thing to do when you're feeling some shit and you have to look at your partner and go, okay, I can tell by the gravity of the shit that you're feeling. Mm-hmm. This is a little temporary. I can put this over to the side because I can either get over this by myself or I can get over this by having a conversation with friends. And you get people who will hold their partners accountable, who will simply straight up be like, well, you know, I be trying to talk to you and you don't be wanting to hear me, and that's why I can't talk. Okay, well, maybe your partner isn't built to have those type of conversations. At which point you should have acknowledged that at the beginning of your relationship, not waited till y'all got married to now create this issue where, oh, you don't understand where I'm coming from. No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. What I don't understand is why the fuck you think that that's who I am now when that's never who I've been. You know, so you have to make sure that you are on a definite, have a definite understanding of who I'm dating, who I'm with, and what we want from one another. I understand that my partner is a lot more discreet than I am. He's a lot more reserved than I am. I do understand I'm often going to have to apologize because I am as transparent as they come and I have zero filters. So there are times when I say or do things that also impact him, and I may not have considered how that's going to impact him. But I've let him know since day one. I'm as transparent as they come and I have zero filters. So if there's shit you don't want me to say or do around certain people, please warn me before we enter this house or this engagement, because I only know how to be me.
Right.
And I don't have a problem making certain concessions if I'm comfortable with them and they don't, you know, compromise my integrity. But if you sit back and don't acknowledge or say to me, hey, babe, you know, that don't make me feel good. Like, you know, even like I think my like relationship status. You know, on Facebook, they have you put the name in there. So, like, he saw me changing my relationship status. He was like, don't put my name on it. and I like, half my eyebrow went off,
Right.
half my mustache curled over. Like, what the fuck you mean? Because we in this relationship. And people can know, because I ain't ashamed of who I am. And it's like, nah, baby, you know where I work at. That's just, I don't like people in my business. I don't really care, because then people see that and they want to meddle in your relationship and everything. Okay, so now that you've exchanged with me why this offers you discomfort, why this isn't something that you would want for me to do, and it doesn't compromise my integrity, okay, I'm not putting your name up there. But my relationship status still going to change.
Right.
And your ass better change yours to something other than available, because this shit will get real complicated real quick. If somebody come up on your page and start posting or assuming that you are single, ready to mingle and out for cocktails and shit, I don't do that kind of arrangement.
Real complicated or
So, yeah,
real simple.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I'm actually kind of like excited for Valentine's Day this year.
Say what? Say what?
What's going on? What's going
No,
on?
Nunu said say that.
Right. I'm just saying, because I'm excited for Valentine's Day this year. I actually have a partner that listens, and we working on that communicating back part. He get it. We just working on making that a lot more fluid.
You say communicating back.
Right, because men who are very stoic. He's one of those traditional black men. You know what I mean? The only place they talk is at the barbershop. So it's like when you talk to them, they can have a deep conversation, but it's very uncomfortable. So what I'm trying to push him into is a place where it's like, you're just as comfortable as me. We're just talking about whatever. And I get that that's an issue, because I was raised around women. So, women talk about anything in the course of the day. They can go from talking about balloons and bras to apples and pineapples by the end of the conversation. You just be like, what the fuck just happened? But it's smooth. It goes all evenly. You never even notice the subject change. I thought we was talking about bras 25 minutes ago, but now we're talking about pineapples. It's all right. I'm here for it. I kept up with it.
Oh, she said the part about you knew who I was when we met. Don't expect me to change.
That's right.
You're not doing that.
Let's be clear about that, and that's why I'm saying like this here, because I that's why I said we're working on coming to a compromise where I'm comfortable with the way you're communicating with me, you're comfortable with the way I'm communicating with you. Because now I would be a complete jackass and be completely wrong if I looked at him and said, you know what, this don't work. You need to change that. You need to do this, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves with any relationship out here is when you get somebody that comes into a relationship, looks at another grown ass person and says, you need to change that. Bitch, this relationship is over today. Because that means you have not learned to love me for who I am.
At all.
I tell you right now, the first thing I do in any relationship I get into is I learn to love all the shit that I hate about you. And because if I don't love it, I'm not going to appreciate it, because if you change any of those things about that person, they're not going to be the person that you fell in love with. So as much as that shit,
resentful.
Right? As much as that shit may drive me crazy, those going to be one of them things that when you do it, I'm like, ugh. But I love him. I'm just go ahead and let him have his moment. I'm going to figure out a way to cope with this shit, because I can't. Have me a cocktail or something because you got on my damn nerve. But do not come into a relationship and you dating somebody who, you know what I mean, they was comfortable eating at McDonald's and Sonic every night. And now you mad because they don't come home and cook for you. Or they don't want to take you to Cheesecake Factory. It's like, bitch, this has never been who I was. When you met me, what was I eating? Ramen, McDonald's, and I don't know how to prepare a damn gourmet meal for you. You can't come in here screaming at me why you don't do this, bitch, because I don't know how to do it.
Blue apron.
Right, exactly. Or, right, come through the door and say, babe, you know what? I realize that you don't never cook. You always eat McDonald's and things. I want to try to introduce you to a new flavor that might excite our relationship. How about I order some HelloFresh and get you a damn box? You know what I mean? It come with the meals and ingredients. You go ahead and use it. And then you can, it'll teach you how to make the meal. Maybe that might work. Would you be willing to try that? Now that lets your partner know, hey, my partner sees something in me that we need to compromise on. This situation we got to work on. Now, okay, let me see how I feel about this. Okay, you going to send me a box. I only got to cook dinner 3 nights. All right, I can choose which night I'm going to cook on. Okay, babe, yeah, let's try that. Let's try. Go ahead, order that shit. I'm going to try. start cooking for you.
Let me ask this, and for the people, hey, Howard is back. For the people who are watching, and please just type it in if you would like to. What is your deal breaker in a relationship? What is I think everybody has at least one. The thing it is that you just can't tolerate from someone. What would you say that is, Lachey? What's your deal breaker?
My deal breaker.
Like, okay, you did X. For some people, it's cheating. For some people, it's lying. For some people, it's emotional cheating. Like, you talking to too many other people and you not talking to me type of thing.
For me, it's secrets. For me, it's secrets. Because I'm so open and I'm so transparent, the minute I feel left out, the minute I feel like everybody is in on what's going on except for me, you know what I mean? Or the minute I feel like something's going on with you and I'm trying to pull it out of you, but you're not, then it becomes kind of like a red flag for me, and one of those places where I can quickly move into this shit ain't gonna work. Because I think one of the beautiful things about being in a relationship is that does become your confidant and the person who you're supposed to be able to tell any and everything to. You above all people should be the person I come and talk to.
Nunu says hers is control freaks.
Oh my God, that too.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to micromanage my life. Manage your shit.
I don't like that at work.
Don't come telling me, well, I don't understand why you did this or why you take that path and let's get this straight. I used to be one of them kind of people that's like, and that's generally because I hate when people do stupid shit. So I would be like, well, why are you doing that way? You could have saved yourself some time by doing it this way. And I had to learn that, you know what, we are not all the same person. We are all going to, you can ask a person to draw a square and you're going to get 50 different squares if you ask 50 different people.
I'm laughing because a friend of mine just recently called me a control freak and told me that I have control issues.
But that may be okay. But understand that may be okay. Like, if you're a kind of person who needs to have a certain level of assertiveness and control within your relationship, there is somebody who is out there that's like, I don't want to control nothing. I don't want to make no choices. I don't want to deal with nothing. I just want to come in the house, have him have it all squared out and situated, and I just provide the box and make sure everything is right and home and clean and right, and I'm good. It's people out there. Our first lady is a prime example. She don't want shit to do other than to show up for work, collect her check.
She ain't providing him no type of box.
Right. She ain't giving up no box. That's not a part of her contract.
Not to him anyway.
She said, bitch, my job is to be beat, to be on your arm, and to speak 8 languages whenever the fuck we go somewhere. I am not here. I am here to go shopping and to
keep clothes on.
Right. That is it. I am not here to be anything else. Yeah. And the reason their relationship is in trouble now is because you are the first lady. I need you. First who?
I wasn't what I was when you met me.
Right. That's not in my contract. Me off the pole. Too much. Right.
Throughout the
too
magazine.
Much to doing. Well, Pole magazine. But it's kind of hard to tell with my
Hey, Mama, Avisa. How are you, dear heart? And Tanya.
I just want to make sure, we reaching out to y'all people to hear your questions. Give us a call in if you got any feedback, comments, anything like that. We definitely want to hear.
Right. Oh. Yeah, the control freak thing is definitely something that I can. Actually, you know what? I'm one of those people. You can't like micromanage me, but I'm one of those people who will give you full control. I'm one of those people. I'll work every job. Well, not anymore because I'm retired. But I will work every job that I need to work and come home, give you the check. As long as I got money to do what I need to do, right. You go ahead and pay the bills, and I'm not going to ask you no questions. As long as the cable stay on, the lights stay on, we got a place to live, the car note is paid, the insurance is paid. As long as all that stuff is done, But even in expressing that now, you don't have any desires or any problems with providing that role, but you do have expectations. If I come in the house and I bring this check and I drop this check off, all this other shit better pop like popcorn. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm coming in, I'm also providing checks and doing all this and doing all of that, and then I still got to come home and manage the house and do everything else, that may not work for me. That may not necessarily be exactly what I came here to bring to this dynamic. And so that's why I say you always have to be very clear
very clear on what it is that you're desiring and what it is that you're looking for in any particular relationship, be it financial relationship, business relationship, friends, romantic relationship, anything that you're doing, you need to be perfectly clear when you're engaging with another person on what your expectations are for how this relationship is going to roll.
Absolutely.
Because the minute shit starts stepping away, you ain't communicating with your expectations. Somebody gonna be pissed off. Another person not gonna understand why you pissed off, and it's gonna just have an unresolved issue that's gonna fester and damage that relationship.
Yeah,
which can be completely unnecessary.
definitely.
But yeah, if your ass keeping secrets, stay the hell away from me. We don't do that shit over here. It's an open book. I need to be able to go through your phone, wallets, and all of them type of things. Not that I do.
Right. Yeah. It should be something that I should be able to do, but that I don't have to do.
I don't have to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need to. I have a GPS locator on your ass. I should not feel the need to use this damn GPS locator. If in fact I do find myself using this motherfucker in you any way that you're not supposed to be,
that's a problem.
Do not get upset with me when I show up and turn shit out. Well, why you bust the boy in the head with a bottle? Because you told me you was at work. You didn't tell me you was at the house with somebody else having a cocktail. I don't understand why this bitch having a drink in the bottle with you. So my expectation in life and my performance is to bust heads and ask questions later. That's who I am. You know this. This is who you got in a relationship with. You put that bitch life in danger by lying. This is what I'm saying.
And with that, oh my God.
I'm just saying, if I text her, I'm like, babe, what you doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to leave a job. I pull up that GPS locator and that shit say Cheesecake Factory. Oh, bitch, it's going down.
That's going to be every problem.
Oh, that parking lot going to be lit. Trust me, because I'm snatching your ass at the table and everything. I'm bringing to-go bags and the whole nine outside with this ass whooping. This is not the conversation that we had.
Necessarily the opinions
right.
of Gyroscope Radio, the hub.
Pack that bitch whole scalp up and we'll cash this check.
Yes. Much love and appreciation to all of you guys who showed up tonight. Gwen Cross, Avisa, Tanya, Nunu, Howard.
I don't
Shane
condone
Ross
domestic
here,
violence.
Sarah Boyd, Zandy, Schumacher, Pretoria, Sandra Williams, Nathia, Rob Siv, Barry Sterling, Tracy Jalil, Angela, Belinda, my twin Deshane, Simone, Marie, Vicky. Oh, Linda Hamlet was in the house.
Yeah, the whole crew.
Jimmy, Robbie. Oh, Robbie was in here. Oh my God.
Look, you're gonna be reading all that over all night. Shout out to all of you beautiful
Curtis,
people out there in you 232
Stephen
countries.
Lakeisha Jefferson, LaShawn,
Get them all.
DJ Steve Bass, Peace Raleigh,
Shout out to the Facebook
Armand
fams.
GW, John Rose Miller, and Janine Diggs. All of the people, I thank you guys for watching. Now, the one thing that I need everybody in here to do is
Pray
share
on
the
it.
video.
Oh, okay.
Did you say pray?
I said pray on it.
Well, okay, that too. That might be one of, I shouldn't need to tell you to do that, but if you need to, yeah, pray. But share the videos, share the videos, share the videos.
Right.
Yes, you will see me at Flow tonight. Who is that, Nunu? Yes, I will see you at Flow in a few minutes. Again, Flow is the party that I am doing tonight at Club Elevation, 1425 Springfield Avenue in Irvington. The party is until 2. Come flow with us. It's going to be sick, twisted, and ridiculous. DJ Mark Lewis and Adam Rios, I think, tonight. You guys want to come and hang out. It is going to be an absolutely phenomenal time. And tomorrow night, don't forget, is the 12th anniversary. My bad. The 12th anniversary for Humble Beginnings. 30 Maple Avenue in Montclair, New Jersey. The party starts about 8. I usually get there around 10:30. And
I'm still going to get there one of these Saturdays. Don't worry. I'm still going to get there. I'm going to get there.
I have given up hope.
No, don't. I have an open ticket. My shit is like TBA. You know, I'm going to make it. We just don't. We still in negotiation with the contract.
No, tomorrow night.
Okay.
If I don't see you there, remember I know where you live.
That's okay. I'm like Trump. You don't never know what's going to happen. Just got to be ready.
Did you just say you were like Trump? I need to say
like
that
my
one.
president. I'm like 45. I ain't paying none of my debts. I ain't paying no bill collectors, none of that. You ever notice how aggressive bill collectors get during tax season?
Okay, so that will be the topic of our next show. And I thank you guys for watching. Everybody on Ustream,
Love you
everybody on
guys.
Gyroscope Radio, all 232 countries.
Ow.
Much love and appreciation to the
Das
super
Vidania.
producer Tanya Champagne.
Let it be known.
And we have this next crew coming up on Gyroscope Radio, so y'all can sit tight.
Stay tuned
and after
in.
that, then come on and join us up at the club. All right.
All right. Hey, Boo
If not,
Kittens, y'all
we'll
have
see
a
you
good
tomorrow.
night.
Peace
Thank
to
y'all.
Lachey. Much love
Shout
and
out to all
appreciation.
everybody in the Facebook world.
Shout out to Shakira.
Sorry for the tech issues.
Just Joy, my bad. Just Joy.
Just Joy.
And,
Brooke Jers.
Brooke Jers, much love and appreciation to all of the Freedom Team. And we will see you every second Friday right here. This is Speak for Yourself on Devious Fridays.
I holla.
So.